defenseman picks it up, passes it up to a forward.
With like 7 seconds to go.
Coast to coast. What?
It's actually, yeah, Mike Richard, please don't touch him, he's pretty. Let go of him, he's old, like what is he gonna do? What are you doing? He's a baby, he would do nothing wrong.
Guy loves chicken too.
Chewbacca?
I said $1 million and the rights to Newfoundland.
She answered the question!
Agree.
I was right!
Honolulu.
You guys are so loud for people who are agreeing with each other.
Yes. I'm just generally kind of bummed, Alex.
And we're back.
In the TV studio again.
In the TV studio
It's
again.
not broken anymore.
Now look at us.
Gotta love to see it.
Looking a little different as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna
switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna kind of mix it around as far as kind of TV setup goes.
We are not confined to one set.
No. Just gonna kind of
just playing around.
Yeah, mix up the locations of the chairs and stuff a little bit.
We're just being a little goofy.
See how that kind of
We're
runs.
having a little fun with
Just
it.
being
We're
a little
having fun with
goofy.
Just we talk to each other, not just at the camera.
Yeah.
Maybe the TikToks will look better too.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But I'm always Alex Burkle with Phil Tremblay.
On this side.
Marek Robinson. Braeden Redshaw.
Hello.
And with the first Calgary snowfall, just hit the ground last night and early this morning.
Flames loss.
Nope.
Yeah. The Flames look to keep up with their red hot point streak.
Yeah, 5-0 on points. 4-0-1. Can't complain.
Not undefeated anymore though. That doesn't count.
Yeah, but we got points.
It's still a point streak.
How does it
point streak,
doing,
but-
Braeden?
Undefeated in regulation.
We know
though.
we're bad.
That too.
Well, we thought we were bad too.
Flames delusion has already set in with Phil Tremblay.
Flames delusion. That's bold. But let's just jump straight in with Frozen Frenzy and the Flames tonight. The Penguins are in town.
I'm so sad.
Oh, good.
I wanted to go to the game, but there was like the tickets for the seats.
Flames tickets have gone up this year. It's kind of brutal.
We also
Which is weird
you also
we
got to keep in
suck.
mind who's playing. Like if you go to like you're gonna see Crosby. Like
Yeah,
if
that's true.
we go with the Leafs, you're gonna see Matthews, McDavid. So
Flames Sharks would be way cheaper than Flames.
I don't know.
Penguins.
Celebrini now. That's
No,
the thing.
he's on IR.
He's on IR.
True.
So it's like
Even like when they played Chicago last year, the tickets were up a bit. Bedard.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Bedard was in WHL, so it's like
No, last year when he was playing with Chicago.
Yeah, but the year before
I
he
see what
won.
you mean.
That's what I mean.
Which we had a heated discussion about that as well.
I think
when he came around, when it was the Bedard show for in the WHL.
Yeah,
So-
you weren't happy with
I was
that.
not very
You
happy.
were not very happy
I
with
was
that.
not
Are we allowed
impressed
to
with
say what the
Calgary.
cheapest ticket price currently is going for this game?
Why
For
not?
tonight?
It is a way upper bowl ticket for $66.
That's not bad at all.
PL?
Is it? Yeah.
Press level, yeah.
Yeah,
Is it far up in the press level?
probably.
It looks from this picture.
it's not the best.
It's not the best seat. You can only see about half the ice.
Is it row? Because
It's probably row
I don't
15
mind
area.
Calgary's press level at all. If you get like
It's-
lower 5 rows of the press level, those are great.
From the
seats.
picture we're looking at, you can see like if this is the full ice, you can see about that much of the ice.
yeah,
from your
it's
seat.
Oh, what?
It's a bit brutal.
Even the upper side isn't like that bad either.
No, I think our press level is one of the best in the league.
Which is going to change in the next
Hey, you don't,
couple years here.
Hey, maybe
Unfortunately.
maybe. You don't know. Maybe their press level is like spectacular.
It won't be.
Anyway, that's enough on tickets.
Anyway, Calgary Flames, Pittsburgh Penguins. One team is 3-4-0. The other is 4-0-1. Would you think it was not Sidney Crosby's team that's 4-0?
No.
No.
Since we've been doing shows now, we know that Calgary's been very good.
Yeah.
Weirdly
Weirdly
so.
good.
Sell the team.
It's a goaltenders duel.
Okay.
The weird goaltenders duel with the game today of Dustin Wolf and Alex Nedeljkovic in his second round because the Pittsburgh Penguins have no idea what we're doing with our 3 goaltenders.
We've got a Vezina candidate versus a guy named Ned.
I'm kind of surprised that
I'm taking
Blomqvist
Ned.
isn't starting.
Who?
Blomqvist isn't starting.
Bloomqvist.
6 of 1.
Well, Ned came back from injury. He played 1 game against the Jets.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
You also got to keep in mind, looking back at last season, those last 13 games, regardless of being back-to-back games, he played. All of them. So, and Jari's there's been some issues with him. So
He's bad is the issue.
yeah.
Yeah.
That is the issue.
But at the time of when Pittsburgh signed him, the only other goalie was John Gibson. So,
Yeah.
well, if our rookie goaltender plays good and Nedeljkovic plays good, and we don't play Jari, we don't play Jari. Not the end of the world.
Goalies have not been amazing this year.
Except for Dustin Wolf.
Yeah, no, I would agree. Besides, like, your typical Hellebucks.
Your typical candidates
Like
have been
Igor.
good, but
Yeah.
Alex knows the struggle of having a goalie.
Not anymore, I don't. I cut him loose. Bye, Georgiev.
Except for Dustin Wolf.
So, this isn't going to be predictions on the blue screen. There.
Nice.
I'm going to do it in post.
Nice.
I'm brilliant.
Did you post it
That
on
looks
Instagram?
so
I
good.
literally posted like 5 seconds ago.
I'm proud of
I was
you.
looking down my
I'm
phone
proud
for the first couple minutes of the show.
Why do you think I texted you sent? And I gotta start texting you post.
Because then I'll say, I'll get to it.
You can also pre-schedule them.
Or you could just give me the Instagram page and I just post it myself.
Yeah, but then
we
we
got-
run into the issue of you getting us shadow banned off of Instagram too. So I'm not in a position to give you more responsibility.
It's a lot harder to get shadow banned on Instagram than it
That
is
is
TikTok.
not true.
I broke the algorithm.
I
Anyways,
think I broke the algorithm.
I think it's
by-
the second NHL's ever Frozen Frenzy.
Yeah.
There's multiple this season, isn't there?
No. Not labeled Frozen Frenzy. There isn't.
But there's multiple. I feel like this isn't the first, or this isn't the last time, the only time that, that everyone plays in one day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They did it pretty early last year too.
Yeah, they did it
felt
the
pretty
24th.
Why a
last year?
Tuesday?
So
And you wanna know what sucks too is
It's also NBA opening
Yeah.
night.
so a lot of the so you automatically get bumped out. Like I saw something in the States because they have ESPN1 and ESPN2, NHL just gets bumped down, which kind of sucks because this is a cool thing that they do. Like,
Pittsburgh's probably playing on the Ocho tonight.
so wouldn't Calgary also be
ESPN
playing on the Ocho?
Yeah.
great reference.
I thought that was pretty good. Bring back the Ocho.
I miss the Ocho.
So, do we want to get in? Because I'm very mad about this. I'm super because. So the problem with it's on a Tuesday is because you're battling with October baseball right now.
Yeah. Well, they don't play tonight. Do they play tonight? They played last night?
I'm saying like if you put it on a weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're battling with potentially October baseball.
I think that's
You're
why they put
battling-
it so late though, because
You're
now it's
battling
just
it.
the World Series.
Football, college is on Saturday.
Precisely what I was gonna say with Saturday
NFL's
is
on
that-
Sunday.
Yeah, with
And a bit of Monday.
I know we're talking like primarily what's somebody going to tune into on
fair.
Sunday.
Well, Monday
It's
night football is a big
NFL.
thing.
Yeah, but we're getting
Not-
most
not
of
as
the
big
games
as
out of the way
Sunday.
at this point.
Fair.
So, like, my issue isn't so much the day that they chose, because they're kind of,
Hooped.
they're kind of screwed out of the way.
It's like you're going to throw it on a Wednesday. Like,
Well, my issue is
Well, I think last year it was on like a Thursday. It was on a random day last year as well.
it was on a Tuesday last year again.
Yeah.
I think
Because
it was on
Tuesday and
Tuesday.
Saturdays seem to be the day that NHL loads up
It's
on their
the
schedule.
second Tuesday. Sorry.
Okay. Because Saturday is like hockey night in Canada.
But like Braeden said, it's also like college football.
for a lot,
I
for a
think
lot of
NHL would
people,
do
better
than
than
college
for a lot
football.
of people, it's college football night.
And you might get
I don't think.
You got to keep in mind the states in college football is
I know it's huge,
massive.
but I don't think anyone is going to be. I don't think they're trying to build a new audience with that demographic.
No,
That
but
demographic is like the NFL football demographic. They're
They've
not
made
going to
it.
leave.
They made it a lot more smart in college football because now they have the bigger SEC games being played at 6 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
So now it's like
That's probably
6 o'clock dinner time. I'm gonna watch Texas Georgia.
Yeah.
Go Texas.
I was just
I'm
going to say
an
Longhorns.
Oregon man myself.
Longhorns.
I was just going to say that I hate that. Okay. The problem with this is that I understand they're trying to grow their game. I really do. But the number of games that you can watch on Sportsnet north of the border, I don't think anything is showing on TSN. And I think I counted 4 games on Sportsnet.
Brutal.
What are the 4?
Canadian
if you-
teams.
So you have Washington, Philly at 4.
That's the first. That's good, and it's also because that's the first game.
Right.
You have Boston, Nashville at 6:45, Carolina, Edmonton, Pittsburgh, Calgary.
So not even all the Canadian teams.
No, so you're missing.
That's so brutal.
And that's your base. That's your Sportsnet like base
Yeah.
package.
And it's crazy. Like, I thought the whole like exciting part about Frozen Frenzy was they were going to do something like Red Zone. Red Zone.
There'd be no way you can.
Why not?
Because Red Zone is like, there's a chopped amount of time between plays. It's like they run a play, they can flip over to another game like that and be like, we're going to Indianapolis because they just threw a 60-yard bomb and they're on the 5-yard line. Here it's like, what are you going to do, cut out of the middle of a play? And then just be like, we got to go over to Toronto because they're on the attack. Now we got to go jump over here.
Well,
now
like, it's not on the attack.
Well,
just do it as replays.
Or you could jump over
just
like
doesn't work.
Or you could jump over like we're going to Toronto because they're on the power play.
Yeah.
It's like that would work.
Like
but
you could do that.
you have like there's too much going on. Like
I also feel like the games, like those are some weird games to prioritize. Like Pittsburgh Calgary, that's not like the biggest matchup.
Well, that's not a priority thing. That's just
True.
a media
But
race.
also-
That's a Canadian thing.
I got fair enough. But like all the games are separated within 15 minutes or something.
Yeah, why wouldn't you start like how football does on Sundays? Start at 11 in the morning.
because who's gonna go to those?
It's Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
People go to matinees all the time.
Yeah, but
on a Tuesday morning.
it's a bit different.
So do it on a Saturday.
College football.
College football.
Who cares about
What about
college
Friday?
football?
So that's where I'm kind of torn here.
The
is
market
that-
isn't gonna.
Social media comments.
Yeah, blow me
you
up. I
can
don't care.
get 'em now.
It's two different markets. No one from college football, no matter what day you're going to put it on, they're not going to be watching the games on Saturday night.
I mean,
anyway.
I guess that's fair because. Okay,
They
now
also,
I'm putting
like-
more research now.
Like, how many games are on Saturdays? Still a lot.
This like for hockey,
Yeah.
I want to say like 13 for hockey at least.
14 games on Saturday. Like,
I
what's
almost-
the difference between throwing 2 more games on
Fair.
a Saturday? Like, but that demographic isn't going to be watching it anyway.
I was about to say, like UNC's in Virginia on Saturday. Are you really going to lose that many Hurricanes fans?
No.
I guess from UNC, maybe.
It's also
I don't know.
annoying. Like there are so many ways to watch like the NHL games. Like
So here's what I'm going to get
like,
into.
Dude, the one on I went the Canadians Penguins game that was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I bought NHL Center Ice, so I get access to everything. I could only watch the French version of the Canadians Penguins game. I could not watch anything else.
Did you learn much French?
I kept it muted.
Oh.
I was also at work.
French commentary is so
I turned it on. I turned it on. I was like, and it's going right, I turned it up, and it's going right back down.
French commentary is awesome.
So
I'm not disagreeing. It's just it's hard to follow, especially in the hockey.
If you don't know French.
my problem with
That's the other
this
part.
is now speaking to what you just said. If you make it hard for people to watch the sport that they love to watch, they're either going to A, watch something else, or B, sail the 7 seas.
Because it's not like the NFL, because the NFL is a massive. You go see games in London, and they went to Brazil for whatever reason, and they're packed. They're packed, right? But like, because the NFL's Thursday, I know off the top of my head, Thursday night is on like YouTube TV. I think they have a Peacock one as well.
Yesterday was on
Apple
Prime.
Apple
for
TV,
NBA, I think.
right?
The
But, like, the
Leafs
NHL
game yesterday was on Prime.
Yeah, all Monday nights are Prime. I think.
Like, why?
It's
Why do
just-
we need to do this?
Like, don't you miss when you were a kid and you just turn it on?
That's why
And
That's
that's
why
it.
They need more money. That's true. How
Don't you miss
dare
when
I?
you were a kid?
How
you just,
dare I? They need more
and
money.
every game. At least they do. At least they don't do anything like that for playoffs. Usually they just, when it's like playoff hockey, it's just here's the games.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but it's just like NHL's not the biggest sports market in North America. So it's
But it's still the biggest one in Canada. That's the thing.
true.
So
Yeah.
have some separation between the U.S. and Canada. Let us watch our game.
Yeah, it's also
But
annoying because
it's-
like my parents are big like Winnipeg Jets fans, but like I'll go click on a Jets game off TSN. It's like you are not in the like
Region.
The region.
Yeah.
It's just like really, who cares? I'm not in the region to watch anything other than Calgary
What
and
is even
Edmonton.
the point
Lots
of
of-
that? I don't understand that.
clips on social
So-
media as well. When you go on X and if you look up something, it's like you cannot watch this video because it's not in your designated region.
Right. Yeah.
So not so much that, but about kind of sports venues blacking out things. it started as a way to get you to the venue.
But like,
It started as a way to get you to buy a ticket
And
to
then-
go
but
watch.
how
then
does that make any sense? If the Jets game is blocked out in Calgary, they really want me to go all the way to Winnipeg?
I'm just saying that's where Blackout
What?
kind of started. Is
That kind of makes a little bit
Yeah,
of
that.
sense.
But yeah, no,
like
that
I'm
makes
talking
sense.
like years ago,
Yeah,
like
but
when
this
it
is
first
before,
started.
Before social media, before like, this is like just when they were just integrated like onto
Yeah.
sports on the TV. Because like at the beginning, like just from what I remember, is they didn't want to because they thought it would kill the sport.
Yeah.
And then
What do you mean
obviously
when they just put sports on TV? Sports have been on TV forever.
no, like this is like when he's referring to when they just did.
I'm more referring to
The first time they did blackouts.
the first time I did Blackouts.
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, sports, I don't
yeah,
think they were doing
'cause-
blackouts in
No,
like the
fair enough.
1960s.
No, yeah, I'm referring to when they started doing Blackouts.
Fair enough.
It's so that you buy a ticket to actually go watch it.
I do like for the again NHL has a lot of troubles with like promoting themselves. I have noticed this year has been decent, like that the young people commercial ad, and then you got like Suzuki, Bedard, McDavid, Hughes, and then you end with
Yeah,
the old
McDavid
man
is a
joke,
super marketable person.
and then you end with the old man joke on Crosby. Like that works. It's a good commercial. And then the whole Frozen Frenzy, it's a whole thing. Like it's not like, oh, there's 16 games today. No, it's like a Frozen Frenzy. This is an actual thing. It is a bit tedious that I got to go to Amazon to watch this game. I got to go to Winnipeg to watch this game. I got to go.
Like, are they just
I'm on
trying
the
to
way
sell TVs now so that I buy 6 TVs and put them up?
I think they're trying to sell. Okay, so
March
first,
Madness
I
style.
think there's like
Yeah.
a package missing. Because if you think about it,
That's actually
yeah,
not-
it'd be cool if during a Frozen Frenzy it's like no blackouts, you can watch any game you want. Like, I know
To, like,
it'd
draw
be
new
tough with
viewers?
like, it'd be tough with like specific TV channels because you only get X amount of things on the TV. But if it's like, all right, on TSN you have your Canadian teams. Like, you can go watch any Canadian game when it's on. Obviously they're on at different times. So here's other games, like big games across the league. Like, that'd be cool, but I understand why they can't.
See, I think there is a way to do the red zone style thing. I think,
Well,
like,
yeah,
obviously we're third years. I'm sure there's people that make money that would be able to figure it out.
that's what Coast to Coast Amazon Prime Thursdays are.
Oh.
It's
Hey,
that's what it is.
That's the second best coast to coast there is.
Second
really
best
is.
coast to coast.
But so
No one likes like yes, I get most people have an Amazon Prime account purely for shopping.
Yeah.
But
Saves money on shipping.
exactly.
Exactly.
Like, do you need to put Amazon? Like, do you need that? Like, to go? Like, do you need a specific day for Amazon Prime games? Like, I liked with TNT, they get a few games, but they make it a thing. You have like
And we can still watch them.
yeah, exactly. You have like Lundqvist is in there. Paul Bissonnette's in there.
Messier.
Gretzky, PK Subban. Like there's that program gives you reasons to watch, like without the hockey without the game of hockey.
Right.
Like anytime there's a commercial, I'm going on my phone, right? Or sometimes like if they're just at a normal broadcasting desk, but like TNT's on, I'm going to be listening because you're listening to like the icons of back in the day.
The NHL in the States is, I would think, probably the 5th or 6th most important league. And I don't think you get to be. I don't think you get to be this gatekeepy or this.
I'd say it's at
Blackout
least
covered?
4th.
Because
No,
There's no
I
way
have it third.
college football
In the States?
No
Yes.
way, it's not.
There's no way it's.
I'm
NFL.
going off the 4 American sports. It's third.
College
NFL,
football,
NBA,
college football's
college.
way big. If you
MLB is bigger.
MLB,
MLB is considerably
it's-
bigger in the States.
Did I not
Okay,
say
what are you missing?
I said MLB.
college
NBA?
football, NFL,
Oh, did I say NBA? I meant MLB.
MLB.
NFL, MLB, college,
There's
NHL.
4 right away.
Yeah,
I can name.
there's you take the big 3 of MLB, NFL, NBA, college ball, and NHL is at least 5th.
When college basketball gets into full swing, it might be like a tied 5th.
And you don't
In
get
March is
to
when they
be,
peak as well.
March, they're
March
6th.
they own it.
You don't get to be this petulant,
But have you seen?
this
Stingy.
exclusionary.
Yeah.
There's what I'm looking for, exclusive. With,
But have you seen like all the graphs of like I get it, it's playoffs, it's different. But they like the views have been like the last Stanley Cup had the most views. Credit, I get there's a Canadian team in the final,
But
but
it was
like
also because it was Florida.
it's also playoffs.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just saying like I think that's where the NHL could be drawing some of this information from.
Well, because then, like, everywhere in Canada, they were running commercials like, it might not be your team, but we're all Canadian.
Like,
Let's cheer for the Canadian teams.
Like the Boston Pizza one, yeah. Like where it would have like a Leafs jersey on the ground or something, and then like they're all watching the Oilers game, kind of like bringing like, you're all Canada, we should all cheer for Canada, kind of a deal. And
kind of speaking to what I think you were saying earlier about kind of like a specific package that you could get, because I was thinking if there was a way that I could get exclusively Flames and Flyers games, I would.
That's but like
I don't really care to watch every Columbus Blue Jackets game.
That is a way to do that. It's called illegal streaming.
Yeah.
To go against your point, that is what NHL Center Ice is.
But they're not. But okay, when's the time we saw an advertisement for NHL Center Ice?
NHL Center Ice is more. I thought that was more geared toward like bars and stuff.
No, I have it at my house.
Oh.
I have not seen the advertisement for that.
No,
years.
I didn't even know that was like available for.
I didn't think. I knew it used
like
to be
residential
a thing.
use.
I knew it used to be a thing. I didn't think it was still a thing.
Well, I know, like I've worked in bars since I was 18, and every bar I've ever worked at, we've had Center Ice because that's how you show all the games.
One of my favorite things about it is you get all the political ads of wherever you're watching.
That is true.
So like when I'm watching Penguins games, or like the most recent one was Detroit versus the one that I watched was Detroit Penguins, and it was in Detroit. So I'm getting like Detroit political ads like this, and they're going in. I'm like, I don't even live there.
It's very.
We get that on Sunday tickets when we're playing the NFL.
So the thing that TSN does, which is, give them a lot of credit for it, they kind of jump right on the gun. Like the end of August, start of September, they're like, here's this deal because we know you want Red Zone and we know you want football games, 6 months for $80. And then everybody's like, oh, perfect, I'll just buy that. And then you get TSN Live, TSN Plus. And it's like, all right, I have 6 months covered for $80, perfect. I don't see a lot of other places like, hey, here's this deal that we can give you because we know it's the start of this season. They're just like, $19.99
for a month. We also don't know what they're doing in the States because obviously we don't get the States commercials.
And the States are a much bigger
Sportsnet
market.
Doesn't need to do that.
Yeah.
They'll just shove Sportsnet down your throat and hope that you get it because they're like, Canada, hockey, that's all you do.
And well, to add to his point, like with NHL Center Ice, the only way, like the way I got a discount for it was through my like network, like through TELUS, through like my provider of Wi-Fi, essentially.
Shout out to Sportsnet Plus Jumbotron at the Saddle Dome now.
Hate it.
So
I hate it.
The thing with like kind of the whole specific package thing is it's on Sportsnet.
Yeah.
It's on TNT. It's on ESPN. It's on Amazon. I think it's mostly a money grab to try and get more subscription buys per company. Which
for sure that's what it is.
Sucks.
That's 100% what it is.
And looping back to what I was saying earlier, you don't get to be this exclusionary when you're the 6th most important league in North America.
States.
Okay, 5th in North America then.
States.
I have baseball.
I hate
fourth.
that we loop it together. I
Okay,
hate.
where would you put the NHL in North America entirely?
3.
3?
You put it 3.
Yes.
It's apples to oranges.
Sorry. Put it 4. I keep forgetting college
They're
football.
completely different markets, Canada versus
what do you
the
put
States.
below?
Well, I'm aware, but that's still a statistic that probably exists of this is the most watched league in North America.
I'll explain after.
I would say, yeah, it's probably, but that's just because the states have triple the population. Like,
I guess per capita, per capita
like,
should probably be taken into account.
I bet the NHL in Canada still, like per capita, probably comes close to the NFL in the States.
To go back to,
I would probably say.
Yeah, it might not be. To go back to your point,
I don't think so.
To go back to your point real quick, you said like the major sports in Canada or in North America.
Mm-hmm.
I have hockey 4th because Braeden does bring up a good point. College sports are big when they're big. So I have NFL, then I have college football, then I have NBA, and then I have NHL, and then MLB.
Yeah, they'll be ahead.
MLB
or
is bigger
behind
than basketball
NHL.
for sure.
No. My point is,
No?
look, like I get right now it's the playoffs. Now it's big. How many? They play 172 games. You're telling me
164.
or something like that. They play a lot of games. Not everyone like, dude. Like a bad example. The Chicago White Sox had 17 people at a game once.
That's because they sucked.
Yes, I get that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, a lot of people don't care about the beginning, the middle. They only care about the very end. With the NHL, you're following that. Like I get like the beginning's a bit roughy, but once December hits, you're kind of like, all right, I'm watching my team. Like I'm now checking the standings of other teams to see if my team's gonna make the playoffs or where they are located. I'm not looking at the standings now and being like, oh, Nashville's in last place. They're not gonna make playoffs. It's like usually around December, January is when you start looking at like, okay, like in the example of like, let's say Flames are battling for a playoff spot, and for some reason Oilers is right there. You're looking to see if Oilers are starting to lose games now, and praying that when Calgary wins, Edmonton loses the same night, you get a 2-point advantage. That's when you start doing it throughout the season. In the MLB, you're not doing that until like the very latest.
That's a fair point, actually.
It's month dependent because, like you already said, in March, nobody watches anything other than college basketball. There's games on.
Literally called
every
March. Yeah, it's
single
called
day.
March Madness for a reason. Exactly.
It is like the most fun tournament to watch. You can watch, and it's not like things just normally happen. It's like, here's this school from Oakland, Detroit, like Oakland University. They go and beat Kentucky.
Well,
a
didn't
powerhouse.
like 2 years ago, like one of the worst teams just make it to the finals randomly,
No.
or something like the upsets happen often in that. That's why the bracket's such a big thing with college basketball. The bracket's so huge because no one has ever. I don't think anyone has ever gotten a perfect bracket. Like I think a billionaire literally has like every year
It's
he goes.
Warren Buffett's perfect bracket. If you get a bracket, you get $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's how confident they are.
That's crazy.
So I think we should move on. But this has actually been a really good topic.
Yeah,
We
I
spent
don't know.
close to 30 minutes.
I wanted to hit
Pittsburgh
this so
Penguins.
bad.
I was going to Nashville.
We didn't even talk about that game.
Yeah, we did.
No, I mean we
referenced
talk about who's like starting, but we haven't really jumped in about.
I think this ends the point streak.
I'll make that bet with Marek.
Oh, we already made our agreement. So
Yeah, but now we're doing it on the air.
true.
Thursday, winner wears, or loser wears the other team's jersey.
I wear a Flames jersey if Pittsburgh loses, and he wears a
I'll wear
Penguins
Pittsburgh
jersey.
If your Pittsburgh jersey fits me.
Do you want me to bring mine?
I
I'll
have
bring mine.
I have a big one.
This side profile is not doing me any favors.
You're good. Phil, I have 6 jerseys. I have one, and I have one that like it's my favorite jersey, but it'll fit.
So there is only one Flames game between now and the next show, and that is tonight's game.
Yeah, but there's only one day until our next show. So
Yeah, but there's also a game on.
Sometimes it's back-to-back.
Yeah,
so it's always
sometimes they have
different.
back-to-backs. Like Toronto and Tampa are on the back half of back-to-back now.
I don't know. From what I've seen, because I'm a Penguins fan, I think Pittsburgh's been. Their coach was very upset the past few days, and like in practice, I've seen some clips of just yelling. Like you don't see that from, especially when you have like Crosby, Malkin, like veterans.
And we all know that's very effective leadership. There's a
You
camera.
okay? You good?
Fair enough.
The social media is gonna love you.
I have.
Man.
Obviously, I think Pittsburgh's gonna win. I will like. I think they get this one.
That's what the
I'm
jersey
with
bet's
you.
for.
Alex, you put Pittsburgh. in.
I put Pittsburgh, but that's entirely superstition based.
Point
I
streak
think
ends
this is
tonight.
I think it already ended because you technically lost the prediction.
I mean, sure, but for the sake of the point streak, you got to keep it going.
Fair.
I think this is going to be one of Wolf's toughest tests so far, for sure. Like it's not going to be an easy game, not at all. Obviously, the Pittsburgh Penguins have a lot of talent, and we've seen that.
Yeah,
You've talked about it a lot. We've talked about it a lot, and I agree with you. But I think something's firing with this Flames team. We're at home. It's going to be a pretty crowded dome.
Chris
It's gonna be a
Letang
good
is
one.
gonna stoke those flames.
Maybe not him, bro.
Andre
He's oh boy.
Andre
You know-
Kuzmenko.
Like you know how bad our defense is when our best defenseman defensively has been Ryan Graves. It's not been good. Pedersen's fallen off a cliff. Carlson's doing decent things offensively.
I'm just
Letang looks
comparing-
lost.
Were you the one talking about Pittsburgh's firepower?
That they're good, decent.
Yeah. Worth mentioning, both Dustin Wolf games this season were Chicago and Philly. Two
Oh,
teams,
so he's
two
gonna
teams
get-
not overly known for
So
their.
he's gonna get a test.
Yeah, he's going to be a bit more. I know. I'm just
Yeah,
kind of
that's why
kind of
he-
speaking more to that. I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm saying here's some information to back up what you're saying.
And Penguins
Okay.
actually have a decent power play.
But I think Dustin's still going to do it. He's going to stand on his head, and it's going to be a good night to be a Calgary Flame.
How mad would you be if Pittsburgh runs them out?
They're not going to.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Toronto ran Vasilevsky out last night.
Yeah,
You're not,
that would
hey,
hurt.
I would have, in predictions, if I knew Jari was starting, I would have picked Calgary.
Fair enough.
Can we take a minute to analyze what he just said? It happened last night, but two teams that aren't playing tonight.
Well, they are playing tonight.
Well,
It's frozen
not in
but-
this game.
But yeah,
I'm just saying, an elite goalie ran out. What's to say that a rookie goalie facing a decently advancement on the two teams he's played offensively doesn't get run out either?
Well, what we're saying is, I mean, they've pulled goalies before.
You're saying
Yeah,
I mean, goalies isn't the craziest
yeah,
thing in the
do you
world.
wanna know-
Obviously,
If we're saying that, then sure.
Do you want to know the embarrassing stat is Jari's played 3 games this season. He's been pulled twice.
yeah, I was gonna say
Is he scratched
tough
again?
words
Yeah.
coming from the guy whose 44th overall draft pick in 2013 is really bad.
What?
What?
Is that Jari?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
He makes $5 million, so he's probably okay.
He's doing all right for himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
but
starting
he's not good at
Nedeljkovic
hockey.
because he was
That's what I'm
injured.
Are you confident in a good bounce back game from Nedeljkovic?
Yes, very. Because he was hurt, played Willsbury, and keep in mind, the Jets are the Jets.
They are.
So they are right now the best team in the NHL. And Pittsburgh's defense did not do him any favors. So, no, I think he'll have a great bounce back game. If not, ironically, Blomqvist has been put in relief and has then helped Pittsburgh win the game. That was in the Buffalo game when Jari led in.
Yeah, why don't you just play him more?
He's still, well, Nedeljkovic hasn't really had a chance yet.
Why not just play Blomqvist?
They will after today.
I think it would also been really cool if they did rookie versus rookie. You have a,
That's
you
what
have
I'm
a
looking
massive
for.
rookie,
Yeah.
and then
like a rookie
small
battle.
rookie. Yeah.
Which
I don't
worked
know.
out great for the Flyers.
Yeah, it was great. Ivan Fedotov is a boat anchor.
I'm taking, no offense, I'm taking Tristan Jari over Fedorov.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I can say Tristan Jari has a goal.
Yeah, Fedotov is more just a giant question mark. Giant because he's big.
I think the
Like a
Flyers
7
this
foot
season.
tall
are-
question
Tall
mark.
I think this is my opinion. I think the Flyers had a bit of a one-hit wonder season last year. Because they're, I did also see something that they're healthy scratching Tyson Forrester.
A one-hit
Flyers-
wonder, and they missed
They
the
missed the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Yes,
Flyers are currently
but they were a
30th in
lot
the
better
league.
than everyone anticipated.
Yeah,
is
but
what
that's
I'm
not a
saying.
one-hit wonder.
That's
That's just mildly surprising.
A one-hit wonder is like the St. Louis Blues.
Fair.
They went kick like
Sorry.
Yeah, something
They
that
exceeded-
should not
sorry,
have happened.
Here, let me change my wording. They exceeded expectations.
They
last
sure
year.
did.
I don't think they do it this year, even with the addition of Mitchkov.
The only team that the Flyers are above right now are the Nashville Predators and the San Jose Sharks.
Do we want to get into Predators talk now?
Yeah, they're not good.
Holy moly!
So, was it last week or was it last show that I said I'm not overly worried about them?
No, that was last week.
Okay, so
Then last show,
we talked about it,
Now we're worried.
yeah. Who
Yeah,
are we
now,
more worried about?
Now I'm getting a little bit more worried about
So I was looking at my fantasy because I do have Saros.
I have Marsha. So.
And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, so I won by 50. I won by a lot, right? I'm scrolling down, I'm like, look at Saros, minus 8.2. I'm like, huh? I don't
Saros is.
don't get mad at me, but the easiest comparison of making a super team is Pittsburgh. You bring in Carlson, and you got all these guys, and it doesn't work. Nashville is bringing all these guys, and it ain't working right now.
It's kind of what happened to the Flames too, when we had like a bunch of really good guys, and now they literally left and won a cup somewhere else.
Dude, Brady Skjei, however you say it.
Shea.
That makes it way easier. Brady Shea had
We've
more
never talked
points.
How did
about
you
him
just
before.
pronounce that?
Skjei.
Skjei. We've never talked about him before on the show.
Skadoosh, sorry.
In any event, you were saying.
Well, he had more goals than like Stamkos for a while. Like he scored in, like one of the earlier games. And who would have thought?
Brady Shea and Steven Stamkos have the same amount of goals currently.
At the time, he scored first.
Yeah.
And who would have thought adding a 34-year-old would have made your team better?
UC Saros currently has a .875 save percentage.
Dude, I get it's a
3.6 goals
small
against.
sample size, but what
That's not
what
good.
is goaltending?
Has their backup played?
Scott Wedgwood has played one. He has a .800 save percentage.
Oh
Not
no!
much better. 4 goals against.
Holy cow. I get it's a small sample size, so the stats are going to look a bit inflated, besides for Georgiev. But like,
Georgiev.
See you bye.
See you bye.
See you bye.
And it doesn't help them tonight. They're playing the Boston Bruins.
you
But
also haven't been as strong as people thought.
yeah, but they're gonna Do we think when do we think Nashville's going to break this losing streak? I don't think it's going to be tonight.
No,
Not
but
tonight.
so you want to know the context that,
I'm
that
looking at
makes
the
it
schedule coming up.
Do you
I
want to
think
know
I
the
did.
context?
Yeah, I said Boston.
It's weird. So like, for example, some teams have to win one game to get to even. Nashville's got to win 5 in a row just to get to .500,
Yeah, that's
which
pretty
is
wild.
ridiculous.
So Nashville takes on Boston tonight in the Frozen Frenzy.
That's a loss.
On Saturday they take on Chicago, and on Sunday they take on Columbus.
If you
do we think they can
If
beat
they go
Chicago?
if you
Columbus.
get past this back-to-back and you're 0-8,
Sell the team.
something has to happen.
You got to cancel that.
You have to- you have to-
cancel that YouTube
You have
tour.
to
again.
fire someone.
Yeah, do they have another concert
Fire
coming up or
someone.
something? Like,
Yeah, when's the next concert?
I don't know
cancel.
who, but fire someone.
Fire someone. Because your games after that aren't better. You have Tampa and
But
then
in this,
Yeah,
I would,
Edmonton.
I
if
would
you're going up
argue
against Tampa and Edmonton.
I would argue. I wouldn't even put this on the general manager. He went out and got Steven
No, not at all.
Stamkos, Jonathan Marchessault. He re-signed Saros.
he did everything he
Dude,
probably could have.
Like the team on paper should be
Amazing.
good. You have Roman Josi as your defenseman. You have the fantastic line last year of Nyquist, Forsberg, and Ryan O'Reilly. You should be good.
You should be one of the better teams in the league.
You just added, you added Stamkos, you added Marchessault, who's both elite players, and you added one of the best defensive defensemen
You
in the NHL.
How many cups from the last 5 years did Predators put on their team
4.
over the summer? Exactly.
No, 3.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, Stamkos has 2 and Marchessault 1.
So, I'm not much of an advanced stats guy.
But
Like, I hate the whole, like, expected goals stat.
I like them. I always find it funny at the beginning.
I
'cause
hate that
was-
so much because
I like it
at the end
'cause-
of the day, who cares?
No, but at the beginning, I like seeing was like Jack Eichel projected 384 points.
Yeah, but the only thing expected goals shows is it shows like how many shots did you take on the net that
Should've.
normally got.
Yeah, that
would go in.
normally go in. But the one advanced stat that I pay a bit more attention to is PDO.
PBO.
PDO.
Pedo?
PDO. And
Okay,
PDO is basically luck.
That's got to be one.
What is PDO? What does it stand for? Points distribution outlet? I don't know.
What is it
Outlook?
recording?
PD.
So PDO is your save percentage
Yeah.
and your shooting percentage. And
Please tell me if Georgiev's one up.
all things being like, ideally, if you have like a 0.9 team save percentage, then you have a 10% shooting percentage, which gets you to round 1. League average is around 1, like the benchmark is around 1.
For save percentage or?
PDO. sorry.
PDO.
Right, sorry.
So
What's
again,
Nashville?
if you have 9% save percentage, you'd ideally be shooting for, ironically, a 10% shooting percentage at least. So
Oh, okay.
so at least 1 or over.
Okay,
So what's
gotcha.
Nashville looking like?
893.
What's
What's Colorado looking
yeah.
like?
Second last, 919.
I was going to say, like,
Okay.
I think I saw.
Most of that is
I thought
not
you were starting with the
Georgiev.
2, and I was like,
No, they're second last and they're in 919.
who's the best? Jets?
The
Flame.
best is Toronto, Rangers, and then Calgary.
Calgary's 3.
Calgary's 3 at a point 1049.
With goaltenders, you guys
Tied
all
with
thought
Dallas.
were going to be bad.
But PDO,
He's played San Jose, and who was the other? Columbus? No, Philly.
PDO basically, I believe, measures luck. So as soon as Saros figures it out, or if their scoring can finally kick in with Forsberg, Stamkos, all their big pickups, then maybe they can kind of get out of this slump.
I'm just saying, I did predict that I said they weren't going to be as good as people thought.
I mean, kind of speaking more towards kind of like the whole PDO being more or less measuring luck.
Yeah.
The bottom 5 are Edmonton, Ottawa, Philly, Colorado, Nashville, in that order. 3 of those 5 don't deserve to be there. Edmonton, Colorado, Nashville don't deserve to be there.
Debatable with Edmonton. Debatable.
You think they deserve to be near the bottom?
You got to realize
They are near
their defense
they
are not the
near bottom
strongest.
right now.
Yeah, but coming off of a Stanley Cup final appearance, you don't expect them to be bottom 5
You don't think-
in
yeah.
anything.
You don't think going to the Stanley Cup
Is this
finals?
based on last season? Like these stats?
No, they're based off this year.
This is what? Okay. So if I came to you in July and said, "Hey Phil, Edmonton's going to be near the bottom going into like at the start of next season,"
I'd say
you
no,
would say
probably
what?
not.
Thank you.
But-
I'm just saying there's an expectation.
But they.
If you look at the bottom standings right now, I can guarantee you no one predicted that.
Except for San Jose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, San Jose was expected.
Yeah, that's what I
Exactly.
mean.
You're bad, and your first overall pick's on IR.
Yeah.
Well, you also have Will Smith, who's been doing decent.
The actor.
Do you see that?
Every
was gonna
time.
say-
Every time.
I was gonna say
Did you
that.
not see them
It's the
dangle?
same
Did you
stupid
not see him
pun.
dangle the absolute like crap out of Samuel Girard? He just sent him flying. It didn't do anything afterward, but it was really cool to watch. Whee! Just literally behind the net, one little head fake. Not like Lane Hudson of Montreal goes like this every 5 seconds. But
I was-
one
I
little
was-
head fake.
I was
like
going to reference the Rutger McGroarty, Max Domi
Slice and dice.
incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that one made Samuel Girard's a veteran. He made him look worse.
No,
that
no,
was
no.
just that was Rutgers' welcome to the NHL moment.
Yeah.
And Mitchkov got one the other day too. His welcome.
Yeah.
I may be stupid for saying this. I'm still not worried about Nashville. I
Wait,
think they'll
another
figure it
question.
out.
When do you get worried?
if they lose these
If they're
two, these
0-8,
If they lose, if
they're
I'm
0-8, Alex is firing somebody.
if I'm sitting here next Tuesday and they have
You mean
one
okay.
win,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be worried.
Okay, what if they're 1-7?
that's what he
He just said if they're
Oh, one win. Sorry.
I mean, next Tuesday that'd be 1-8 because they face Tampa on
if
Monday.
they're 2-8, are you okay with that?
2-6, but
Or-
yeah. I would have to actually.
0-8, you're in panic, but
If they
still
win 3,
4 games out, and you like you said you're going into a Florida Edmonton, like next week. You said
Tampa, Edmonton.
Edmonton.
if you win 3 in a row here, you're not worried.
If you beat Boston, and if you beat Boston, you should be on a 3-game win streak going into next Monday.
I think they just got to go see you two.
No, not.
I think they have to get tickets for you two and then cancel.
Yeah.
Tickets are you two. Yeah, waste a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably got refunds.
Yeah, but it's not really about the
The
refund.
documentary didn't tell me. I wanted
Yeah,
to know.
I wanted to know. I was excited to see you two.
So was
I-
Forsberg apparently.
I don't want to say I expect them to go 2-0 in this back-to-back with Chicago and Columbus, but
Columbus has
I
been
feel
like,
like that's the bar.
I don't know. Columbus has been like not
Yeah.
good, but like they're Columbus.
If they have one win or less by next Tuesday, I'd be getting worried.
Yeah, because you're
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm currently sitting at about a 5.
If you're
5
0
or 6.
If you're 0-8, I don't think you're making playoffs.
No, you're not.
Because
Which
like the same
torpedoes my standings predictions.
Yeah.
Same with mine, but I put them at wild card. I said they weren't going to be as good as people thought.
I put
Whatever.
them in 3rd.
But like,
I don't think anybody really took that seriously, did we?
I did.
what?
Okay.
I mean, it's just fun to look at in April and be like, hey, you're dumb at hockey.
I think I put
Casey-
Montreal like 3rd or 4th,
I actually made mine realistic.
which
Casey-
isn't far off. You know, they might sneak in.
That's the attitude that I have with the Penguins right now.
Well, you had that attitude all last year. Your attitude should be, we are making it.
No. I mean, my attitude's exactly where it needs to be. We
After
may make it, we may not.
the Edmonton game on Halloween, Nashville is hosting Colorado.
What a game!
Talk about two teams that
Loser gets relegated to the
Absolute
ECHL.
cinema.
Loser gets sold to Honolulu.
I think I'm gonna try and watch that game because that game's gonna be really
I hope
really
Ge-
interesting.
I want
We can make a fun drinking
Georgiev.
game out of that.
I want a
Shutout.
solid start.
Georgiev shutout.
That'll be a fun drinking game. That
What an opportunity for both teams to get their legs under them
And then watch it.
against a
Watch
team that should be better.
Is there a
It's
way
going to
for
be like
both
a
teams?
1-0
Is there a way for-
overtime win.
Yeah.
Can both teams lose? That is my question.
It's going to be a 1-0 and
'Cause they'll
shutout.
find
Yeah,
a way.
shootout. Yeah.
Those two
Find a
will
way.
find a way for both teams to lose.
I'm waiting for
Is it going
Georgiev
to
to
be
go for a
1-0
goalie
or
goal
it's
and
going to be like
shoot on net.
11-13? That could be the record for most goals in an NHL game.
I don't know. The 80s and early years were nuts.
That's true.
Are you ready for Hitman Corner?
I'm a little ready for Hitman Corner.
Let's go Hitman Corner.
We got some exciting news today in Hitman Corner.
Hitman
And
Corner.
Now that you guys can see me, we can actually chat about it. Biggest thing, 2 games since our... No, not 2 games since our last show. 1 game since our last show. I forgot when our last show was. And it was a doozy. 6-1 win. Huge comeback win after that Red Deer overtime loss. 6-1 against the Lethbridge Hurricanes, who again are a team that we want to be beating. Biggest story from that game was right winger Noah Kosick made his WHL debut, and one of those 6 goals was his. 3rd star on the night for that one. 2nd star went to Carter Yakimchuk, and for 2 games in a row, Mr. Ben Kindle with the first star. So over 3 games, Ben got 2 first stars and 1 second star. Yeah, Benny getting through, and he didn't even score any in that one. It was 3 assists.
Benny and the Jets.
Speaking of Benny and the Jets, pretty exciting news that came out today. The 2024 CHL USA Prospects Challenge, which I'm not 100% sure what it is. NHL draft eligible prospects. Oh, that's what that is. That's kind of cool. So the NHL prospects go off and face the U.S. national under-18 team in a 2-game series.
I'm surprised I even knew what that was.
Yeah. Reese Hamilton and Benjamin Kindle from the Calgary Hitmen are on that. Ben Kindle also named the WHL Player of the Week. So first
Magnificent.
overall pick.
We already named one episode with just the clap emoji.
Yeah,
We
clap
can't do it
emojis.
again.
Yeah,
First
I'm not
overall
gonna
pick.
pick that up.
First overall pick.
I also thought your episode's title from the last one was pretty funny.
It's in my eyes.
It's in my eyes again.
It's in my eyes again.
Dude, that hurts so bad. You have
I'm
no
so
idea.
sad I missed the rest of that. I went back and ate more.
I firmed it. I said I did my best.
Calgary.
The reason I left though is because there's a lot of noise in my mouth and that didn't need to be picked up. And
I texted Alex, like I was halfway there, I was like, is there any chicken left? So I just went back and got like two spicy tenders.
That's why what we're saying is if there's punishments, we'll do the hot wings. You might get like a shot of vinegar or something.
Ooh, that's
Exactly. Because like if we say hot wings, your brain will be like, ooh.
Yum. Anything else for you, McCorner?
That's all I got.
Did you
Do you
want?
have anything for
They
Q
go
Corner?
out to Saskatchewan.
Yeah, we've got
Q Corner.
Q Corner's kind of just getting started.
Q Corner.
Haven't really done it yet.
The cutie corner.
The Cape Breton Screaming Eagles had quite the interesting start for their first 11 games. They go 0-5 to start,
Whoa, Nashville
or
Predator type
0-5-1
gonna
with a
say.
shootout loss,
Ooh.
and then they win 5 straight.
Not a Nashville type beat.
No, that's crazy.
That's a win. So they went from Nashville to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the Flames.
Winnipeg's
know.
undefeated.
Last year they were surprisingly really good. They also won 4 straight on the road against Gatineau, Val-d'Or, Halifax, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. Royan Noradon.
Ruin Noranda.
There you go, that one. And then they beat Moncton at home. So they're starting to turn things around. They play their next game is Thursday. They're hosting Acadie Bathurst,
First in the Eastern Conference.
first in the East. And
I was gonna say, do you have this up on your computer?
I do.
Okay. So
No.
I was like, if this is off the dome,
Imagine.
Acadie has always been quite strong. Now, I will say, Cape Breton, they kind of came on later towards the end of last season, and that made them get into the playoffs, made the semifinals. This was supposed to be like their big year. Not really sure what's going on with them. So
Nashville?
I'm keeping, yeah, pretty much. But they win 5 straight. But, they're turning things around right now. In the West, Drummondville is leading the way there. One big surprise is Quebec is down in the bottom of one of the bottom of the tables. And I could not be happier with that because
Not a Ramparts guy.
that little kid, I shouldn't even call him like the guy he pulled an Eli Manning and nobody's happy with him. So I'm glad. I want to see what his stats are. That's what I want to see.
Who are we talking
What
about?
was the name of this kid? This literal child?
This kid that I have issues with.
we just want to make sure we have time because the NHL awards. I'm really interested about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be a long conversation.
Are you're talking about the QMJHL, right?
Yep.
How good are the Oceanic team?
Oh, this kid's actually quite good.
That's
got
Rimouski,
7
isn't
goals
it?
Yeah,
in 8.
Rimouski Oceanic.
He's got
They're the
seven-
ones-
That's my favorite team.
They're the
He's
ones
good.
hosting the Memorial Cup this year.
He's got 7 goals and 8 assists in
They're gonna
13
make it.
games. He's actually quite good.
That's pretty crazy.
Third in the Eastern Conference.
They're my favorite team.
Behind
Why?
Acadie and Moncton.
Who do you think Crosby played for? There you go.
Yeah, he did play for Crosby played for
What's the
Rimouski.
love with
Very
Moncton?
good.
And those jerseys are
What's
sick.
the love with Moncton?
What do you mean what's the love with Moncton?
You said Moncton's one of your favorite 3 teams. What's the love?
No, I said the top 3 teams. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, Acadie, Moncton, Rimouski.
Well,
Yeah,
we just beat Moncton, so
Halifax
we're looking
is
good about
fourth.
that.
Worth noting, Rimouski's the one hosting the Memorial Cup, and tickets
Which
are
is
already
sold out. I was shocked
That's
at that.
crazy.
The
And at
East
least
Coast
the
always
championship
does well.
of the CHL is being hosted in Canada this year.
You're very happy about that.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
it's not the USHL.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's the
That-
CHL.
that's separate league.
What does C stand for?
I do
Alex?
love the Gatineau
Cougar.
Arena name.
the Cougar.
Center
Cougar.
Slush Puppy.
That is actually sick.
The Slush Puppy Arena.
Center
Alright, Alex.
Slush Puppy.
Yeah. Well,
Great.
Awards. Congratulations.
So
Wolves winning the Vesna.
Okay, well,
We don't mean that. We mean why was there no show?
it's going. The way
probably
that they
the
kind of
same.
it was a no BS statement right there.
the way that they kind of made it sound on the Sportsnet broadcast is that there's simply too much around that kind of time
Womp womp.
to dedicate towards an NHL awards show. And in fairness, I can't tell you the last time I watched one.
It was like, have you not seen the
That's
clip from
actually a
last?
good point. I haven't watched
yeah,
it.
have you watched them recently?
No.
No.
The only time, I think the last time I watched it was 2023, and I was just trying to see who won the Masterton Award because Letang was nominated.
I think part of that is because they announce who won the awards before the show.
Most of them, yeah, but I'm also like,
Also-
the NFL Awards does it the right way.
Yes,
They
100%.
they list their top 3 finalists. They invite them all out, and you don't have to show up. There's information going around that TJ Watt was told last year he wasn't going to win DPOY, so he didn't show up. But normally all 3 guys show up, and then it's like a big reveal, like the winner of this award is Lamar Jackson, MVP.
Like, can you imagine if the Oscars announced who won an Oscar before the actual broadcast?
Could you imagine
No one would watch
Could
the
you imagine
Oscars.
Will Smith was given the Oscar and then before slapping Chris Rock, and then he's like, "Get the Oscar."
What?
Like, he hits Chris Rock or he already got the Oscar.
he's on a tangent.
Okay. I was like,
Just going off of him.
okay, fair enough. But like, that's also probably why no one watches.
But,
it.
like, I also-
you know where all the awards are going. Anyway.
I wouldn't watch it regardless.
There was a really weird
It's 'cause
scene.
no flame. Like no one would
There was
care
a-
about.
there was a
wins.
really weird
Also,
part
the
of
same
it.
people have won it in the past 3 years.
I mean, like Shillington was in the race for the Masterton, and
Yeah, but they announced that
Again,
before.
well,
like I also didn't care is my point.
Like,
Yeah, fair enough.
The only there was one clip from last year when Bedard was there, and the host was a comedian. He's like, "Here's a fake ID," and Bedard was just like, "This is weird. Can you not? I'm good."
Yeah, so they're gonna decentralize it, kind of like how they're gonna do with the draft.
Hate that too.
I think
Well, I don't think you can't beat the sphere.
I think this
you already
coming
made it.
draft, I think is gonna be decentralized if I know my
Yep.
events correctly.
Hate it.
But
Dumb.
I kind of
Stupid.
understand the awards thing. It's just that, A, I don't watch it. B, the problem with that is, I think the NBA does it where they kind of hand it out, immediately following the regular season. Like, you during the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, they announce it, and then it's they present the trophy, they present the award to them either at a press conference or they go in the locker room. They're like, "Oh, here's your award."
Yeah,
They used to do the MVP pregame where commissioner would come out, bring the player out, the fans would all be there for a home game. It's most valuable player, Stephen Curry, and then
Yeah.
Oftentimes
big
too,
football.
from the NBA, for Jason Tatum, I can't remember what he won, but his kid gave it to him, which is a cool thing.
he ain't win nothing recently.
Oh, well,
So-
I saw that might have been a different person, but I've seen people's their children or their teammates will be in the room ho
Yeah.
MVP, and it's just that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be a show.
No,
Fair enough.
The
The draft needs to be a show. I think that's so stupid.
What did Connor Hellebuck say during? That's still gonna be a
Completely
show.
different, but-
What did Connor Hellebuck say during his Vesna speech?
I remember his 2021 Vezina speech. I don't know why.
Brilliant. Yeah. So you don't remember his one from last year? So who cares?
You know what he said too? He's I hope to
Sure.
win a cup in the next 4 to 5 years, or something along those lines.
But with that, the draft is still gonna be broadcast.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be the same.
No.
You're just gonna think
What, you're gonna
they-
Skype in to
for
a
the
bunch
dra-
of kids
yeah.
sitting on their
Okay, well, no.
couch with their parents?
Okay, so that's
draft-
not,
wearing
no,
sweatpants?
no, that's not gonna be it. So the draft selections will be there.
That's good.
But the GMs won't be. So Gary Bettman will be the one announcing all the picks, and then Gary Bettman will get his picture taken with
That takes away
so
from
it's
the
just the
moment.
Gary
though.
Bettman
with
show.
Landon DuPont.
So-
It's basically what the NBA
That
and
takes
NFL
away.
do.
I think that takes away from
think
some of the
that's so
experience.
dumb.
The NFL does it so that you're at your war room, whether that be your office at your facility. You call and you say, "This is the guy we're picking. He's either at home or he's in the green room." Goes up, shakes his hand. Nobody from the team's really there. Gets the hat. Then they book the flight out. He flies out 2 days later.
It's
He's
a bit
there.
of a disconnect, yeah.
Yeah.
The team should be there. The
Yeah.
first person that the draftee should shake hands with
Is your
should
GM.
not be Gary Bettman.
No.
Well, also oftentimes
Especially because
like,
the next few first-round draft picks are going to be Canadian. Shouldn't be Gary Bettman.
and oftentimes like the players like will just get their number right away. Like I know like McDavid immediately texts like Savoy when he joined the team. When Rucker joined Pittsburgh, Crosby texted him immediately. Like it's those guys that like make the effort, but it's like it's also experience for the kid. This is new to them. Look at the funny moment we got from the last show where the Ducks pick was like
Beckett Seneca.
Yeah.
he's like
Exactly.
what?
Exactly.
Like
I don't know.
I think that's what not necessarily for the fans. I think that the draft show is for the kids. It's for the parents. It's for you put all this effort in. Your kid may not make it, but this you can't take away.
Yeah.
You're never taking this moment away.
Versus now, oh great, Ben gets to go to the office of the Saddle Dome again.
Yeah, so I watched.
Like-
I remember watching the Owen Power NHL draft, which was 2021.
So COVID a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that the one that he was supposed to go first and then didn't go? No, that's someone
No,
else.
Power went first. That was Shane Wright.
Shane
Right.
Wright.
But watching that draft, it was nice to see, like, there is some enjoyment I get from watching, this draft prospect and 20 of his family members surrounding the couch, just waiting for this guy to get drafted, and then it would say his name, and everyone jumps up and hugs him and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
People do that anyway.
It's always fun to say. It's always fun to play mom or girlfriend with that too.
Because you're not guaranteed to
Who
make.
is
You're not
that?
guaranteed to play, but you're guaranteed. When you hear that name, you're guaranteed to go down and put that jersey on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for that moment, you are a member of that NHL team, and you have achieved your dream.
The moments like that where it's at home are fun because it's like, for example, when Baker Mayfield was the first overall pick, one of his friends pranked him, put no caller ID on his phone, and called him.
Yeah.
Right as like the first pick was.
Oh
they were
my
doing that, and he's like, everybody
God.
quiet. Like picks up the phone, his friend's there. He's like, hello, and just hung up. And he goes, I hate you so much.
Well, like there's also the weird ones where like CeeDee Lamb has two phones, his girlfriend has one. He just nope. His girlfriend picks up the other phone, and CeeDee goes. So like it also provides some funny moments, like the Anaheim one from last year. That face, that reaction is
Yeah.
pure like, huh? Like it's just cool. I think they should keep it. I think it's cool. I like the
in person.
Yeah, I like the in person too.
Obviously,
just
like-
so like the first person that they come in contact
Even, like,
with
the
is
co-
from the team,
even
not
the
just
COVID
the
ones
commissioner
where,
that
like-
everyone hates.
Well, COVID ones was
the
like
cover ones.
everybody was at
Obviously,
home.
it's different, but those were still cool. Like, you had the video that we were recording,
Yeah.
and everyone was still cheering. Like,
Yeah,
it was a bit weird when you did have a lot of people, because then it was like
it was the best from
raising
the
some red flags, but
circumstances.
It
still.
was very cool to see like how everybody was like set up differently. Like
Oh,
Bill
100%.
Belichick was making draft calls from his kitchen table with his dog.
He's like the weird
There was,
beat up
like,
dog too.
there was one guy who was like sitting in like a Zoom call with 4 people, and it was like his background was just like blurred out.
Yeah, it's just like that. It provides fun, good moments, and I think as a parent, all the like you drove your kid to practice when he was a kid. You put him in these camps. You did all these things to help him. This is also like you get to see this as like because who does he hug first? It's family or girlfriend or whoever. But he at that moment, that person or that player that's drafted acknowledges those people who are there with him that day.
My favorite is Jalen Waddles. Just gets drafted, walks out of the room, doesn't talk to any of his
No,
family
my favorite
members.
is George Pickens.
Okay.
George Pickens just like angry looking at the TV.
As the puck drops.
I was about to say, as I'm about to watch puck drop between the Washington Capitals and the Philadelphia
It's
Flyers,
a frenzy.
we will wrap up the show there. We will see you guys on Thursday. Alex Burko, Phil Tremblay,
Yeah.
Marek Robinson,
Enjoy the frenzy.
Braden Redshaw.
Keep your stick on the ice.
We'll see you guys on Thursday. Enjoy ESPN Frozen Frenzy,
At least
guys.
the games that you're able to watch.
That too.
Break away.